I'm Dr. Karen Stalker. I'm a professor of anthropology at Cal State University, Bakersfield. A language is much more than the sum of its words. It contains, reflects, and perpetuates culture. Establishing English as the official language of Bakersfield, in keeping with Councilmember Couch's resolution, would deny the culture of many citizens and residents and make prejudice the norm by cementing it into policy. In doing so, the City Council would do a disservice to every member of this community. Research in linguistic anthropology teaches us that learning a second language opens us up to new ways of thinking, not just new ways of speaking. Conversely, imposing monolingualism as a standard by stigmatizing Spanish in this case leads to institutionalized closed-mindedness, ignorance, and decreased opportunities for participation in an increasingly global economy for all of us. Placing a stigma on Spanish, as this resolution would do, leads to fewer opportunities not only for those whose first language is Spanish, but also for English speakers interested in business or any other arena involving cross-cultural understanding. In closing off the possibility of increased bilingualism, you run the risk of deepening existing rifts in our society. This resolution both feeds on and perpetuates xenophobia and misunderstanding in a city that is already divided. Anthropological research also teaches us that learning a second language while maintaining one's first language increases the potential for education. This research demonstrates that...
Ma'am, I have to ask you to quickly bring your statement to a close.
The point is that actually maintaining a first language while learning a second language increases the ability to learn that second language. So Councilmember Couch's resolution would actually be counterproductive to what I think his goal is in that regard. This is an exclusionary action. It's rooted in xenophobia, and it's rife with inaccurate assumptions and extremely short-sighted. A city council in an ethnically diverse town ought to seek means to increase cross-cultural understandings rather than imposing policy that would prevent that. I strongly urge you all to oppose Councilmember Couch's resolution. Thank you.
Okay, we have exhausted the 30-minute public statement period that we set earlier. Is it the desire of any of the council members to extend this comment period for another 15 minutes? Councilmember Carson.
Yes.
Madam Clerk, if you'll set the clock for another 15 minutes. So we have a motion and we should cast our votes.
Motion is unanimously approved. Our next 5 speakers would be, let's see, Mary Shadden, Jess Boyer, Magda Mendez, Mark Martinez, Dolores Huerta.
Madam Clerk, how many of the 43 speakers do we have left?
Approximately 25. Approximately 25.
Okay, those of you that are still in line and have not been heard from, I've got to encourage you to make your statements quickly so that others may speak. We've got 15 minutes for 25 speakers. So please cooperate with me and with the council and make your statements quickly. Please do not repeat the previous statements that have been made, and we will try to enlist all of the remaining speakers, but you're going to need to cooperate by making a statement quickly. If you overlap and you go longer than a 1-minute statement, then that's going to cut back the time, and this will be the end of public statements at the end of this 15 minutes. Good evening. Please identify yourself and proceed.
I am Mary Shadden, founder of Bakersfield Families to Men California 3 Strikes Facts, and I am here in support of the Social Justice Task Force, for we are all working for social justice. Thank you, and have a blessed evening.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Jess Boyer.
Good evening. Please identify yourself
evening.
and proceed.
My name is Jess Boyer, and just barely made it out here. Right now, if the immigration was here and they would start checking everybody here, they would probably send me to Mexico because I have never found my birth certificate. However, I have one up on it, is that I'm a service-connected veteran. So I think that if they would look at that, I would be, I don't think that they would ship me out. One of the things that I see happening in all of this, a lot of it is confusion, is that we've had enough of problems all over with the gangs and we're noted as the prison capital of the world. We have umpteen kinds of problems here in Kern County. And if anything, we need to start working to improving our county, making this a better county to live in, and look forward to helping with families. We don't need anything that's going to cause controversy, especially a problem as confusing as we have right here. A lot of it is, as they say, we're a land of laws and rules and regulations, and we're walking a thin line in doing this. I think that we should work towards respecting the families and not splitting families. And I don't have anything written down, so I don't have everything that I want to say. I do want to end by saying that if any of you may look up the Aztec language, you might want to use it to use deliberations, because I understand it's a flowery language, and maybe we could have a better understanding of what's going on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, please read the next public speaker.
Magda Mendez. Mark Martinez.
Good evening. Please identify yourself and proceed.
Yeah, Mark Martinez, Bakersfield resident for the last 13 years. Mr. Couch, I first want to begin by addressing a couple of the speakers here real quickly. Anybody who's interested in what's happened to Mexico or what happened in Mexico, those of you watching out in TV land, feel free to give me a call. I'm at the university, 654-2352. I can help with the explanation of what's happened in Mexico. I also want to point out that immigration of all stripes. I made this comment last time, I'm going to make it again. Immigration of all stripes, illegal and legal, is a net economic benefit for this country. Give me a call. I'll give you the sources. At the end of the day, I think what we need to do as well is we need our council members, especially those who want to push forward on this issue, to make a very public statement by saying something that I brought up last time. One, that you're going to give back all the money that you've received from businesses and individuals that have profited from undocumented workers. And then secondarily, I think it's also imperative that you stand up and then publicly rebuke these companies. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to go after those who cannot defend themselves, you also need to go after those who perpetuate this system and the situation. And Mr. Couch, I've spoken with you, and I think all the things that I've heard about you, very good. I think you're an honest, and I think you're a decent man. And again, as some who have spoken before me have mentioned, I think you're very sorely misguided on this issue. And if you like, I'm always available to speak about this and also come to help you develop a different approach to this issue, because what we're seeing today is not only divisive, but it does not look well, or does not speak well to, I think, the person that you are.